It's very difficult to answer that question because one can never prove deterrence one way or the other. It's really writing a counter history, saying what would have happened but if. There is some anecdotal evidence of deterrence in the case of the Yugoslavia tribunal, in the conduct of the NATO powers in bombing over Kosovo at the end of the 20th century, and in the instructions given to the Croatian forces at the time of Operation Storm. But other than that, I don't know of any evidence to establish that the tribunals, or the ICC for that matter, have actively deterred the commission of war crimes. That they are having some effect, though, I don't believe can be doubted, because they have effectively publicized the law, the laws relating to armed conflict, international human rights laws. And I can't believe that military and political leaders today are not aware of that and don't take it into account in instructing their troops what to do, what not to do, how to behave, how not to behave. In addition, the tribunals, together with all forms of justice, provide a written history of what occurred, and they do bring acknowledgement to victims, and I believe that very materially and substantially removes many calls for revenge. And I think that can certainly, in a negative way, act as a deterrent. Well, education is crucial. I think not education in the abstract, but particularly education that will teach tolerance. It is really intolerance for the other that is one of the, if not the most important, root cause of the commission of the worst of crimes, of genocide, of crimes against humanity. It needs the dehumanization of the victim, fear of the victim, and the best way to overcome that is by educating people, preferably together, to establish in their minds the truth, and that the truth is that all human beings are basically the same animals and want the same things, the same good things, and want to avoid the same bad things. The 4 days we've had have been on multifaceted themes, very important ones. It's been a learning experience for all of us. I've learned a great deal. I've been involved mainly on the justice side, not on the education side, although I have been consulted and I've been involved from time to time on issues relating to the teaching of war crimes and tolerance and so on, particularly with Facing History and ourselves headquartered in Boston. But I think for me, one of the benefits of this week has been this multidisciplinary approach. And that's the best way of learning, is to hear from people who are outside one's own discipline. So it's been a fairly practical 4 days. One of the things I learned, and I was surprised I didn't know about, and that was what the United Nations itself is doing in the area of combating intolerance and teaching the Holocaust and teaching teaching genocide in tens of countries across all continents. I think that really needs to be more widely publicized.